まあこういうタイミングで聞けばいいじゃん。なんでわざわざその口に入ってるタイミングでこうやりますよ。
Hey everybody, it's George Tromby with Japanese from Zero. Today we're going to be doing another Japanese from Zero live analysis where we look at a video in Japanese and tear up the dialogue, look at all of the grammar that they're using and the words that they're using, and see how much we can learn from a very short 2-minute video. We're going to be doing it from the channel Tamayura Gakuen right here. Tamayura Gakuen is the channel. Let's go ahead and look at it. They are a comedian group from, I believe, Yoshimoto, which is a really famous production company in Japan that produces a lot of fun comedians. And I believe they are boyfriend and girlfriend. Now, I'm not exactly sure, but the whole thing that they do is act like they are not boyfriend and girlfriend. And the man will say creepy things to the girl and she'll be like, no, I don't know why you would say it that way. No. She's a lot of refusing. I know it sounds creepy, but I promise you it's just really funny to watch because sometimes they flip it around where the girl is doing it to him. I love that what they do seems supernatural and what I would imagine a girl would say if you were being creepy like that. And the guy has the face. He pulls off the creepy face really well. So let's go ahead and look at not this main channel, which I want you to subscribe to here, but I also want you to subscribe to their secondary channel, which is things that they've cut out, which I find tend to be shorter, a little bit more digestible. The first video we're going to look at is from this second channel, and it is this one right here. It's called Omaera Dose Watashi no Kuchi no Naka ga Mitai n daro. So let's just go ahead and at least analyze that title. So Omaera, we don't have to look it up. I already know. It means you guys. It is very rough. You guys. We'll make these a little bit smaller. I think you can see them. Okay, so that means you guys. And dose means anyhow or anyway. Dose, like anyhow, anyway. Let's go ahead and look it up just to make sure I'm not making things up. Anyhow, in any case, at any rate, after all, no matter what, okay? It is like dose something, like you assume what they have done is true. Like you're just trying to blah, blah, blah anyway, whatever. Like let's say a really hot girl wants to marry a really old man. You could say, dose o kane no tame no kekkon desho. It's just a marriage for money anyway. Dose, right? Okay, good one. Now let's move on. Dose watashi no kuchi no naka. We all know that means inside my mouth. Ga mitai n daro. You just want to see inside my mouth. And the daro is short for daro, which means right. We have desho and daro, and they mean the same thing. This one is a little bit more rough, and this one is more normal. You could say sometimes this is female and this is male, but iku desho, you're going right. Iku daro, you're going right. It's just, that's what those mean, okay? So we'll go ahead and just add that these are like right. Okay, right. All right, moving on. Kirinuki just means cut out. We don't need to learn that word. So let's just go ahead and start watching the video. Now, I want to point out, she says attakai. Let's just put that up as a word for now. Attakai. Because there's that one and then there's this one. Okay. Oh my God, it doesn't know the kanji. It doesn't know the kanji for attakai. Okay, let's just remember that, okay? It means warm. It's warm, isn't it?
何?
Or it's warm, huh?
あったかいですね。
いちごあったかい?
Now, already it's a little bit perverted, right? The way he's acting, the way she's responding. I don't know. It's the way that they move around that makes it fun for me. The little shigusa. You know what shigusa means? It's the little things that they do. Shigusa. I think it's like movements, like body movements. But we're gonna look it up. Shigusa. Gesture, movement, action, behavior, mannerism. Ooh, that's a better word. Let's say mannerism. I love the mannerisms. It's just funny the way that they make their mannerisms. Okay.
それは何? どういう意味?
別に。
どういう意味? Now, this is a great Japanese that we can use if we're just learning Japanese and we need to say like, well, what do you mean by that? どういう意味? どういう意味? It means, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Now, it could also be like if you're offended. どういう意味? Like, what do you mean by that? It could also mean that.
本当にあったかいなっていう。
どうなん? 暖かい?
本当にあったかいな, like that it's really warm. So she's just reiterating that she thinks it's warm. Now, here's the interesting part. Listen to what he says.
どういう意味？
別に、本当にあったかいなっていう。
どうなの？暖かいと
Atatakai to. Now, she says attakai. He says atatakai. It's the same word. Atatakai. Both mean warm. One is just compressed. Attakai, atatakai. Oops, sorry. I meant to be on this screen when I was showing that. So here's the atatakai, and here is the attakai. Same word. Back to the video now.
あったかいなっていう。
どうなの？暖かいとどうなの？
Atatakai to donano. Like, how is it if it's warm? Donano. Do desu ka informally is donano. So if you want to take desu ka informal, it's nano. Donano. It has nothing to do with na adjectives or e adjectives. Desu ka becomes nano when it's after a question word, a noun, or a na adjective, okay? Nano.
どうなの？暖かいとどうなの？
Atatakai to donano. Like, how is it when it's warm?
なんかその珍しくて新しいなっていう。
珍しくて新しいなっていう. Okay, so 珍しい means rare or unusual. 珍しい. Let's just get this one up on the screen. It means rare and unusual. We're going to double check to make sure that I'm not making things up. Usual. 珍しい. Usual, rare, curious, new, novel. All right. But she's saying it's 珍しくて新しい. So when you have くて like that, you are combining two adjectives to say and. If I say 珍しくて新しい, it means rare and new or unusual and new. So this is rare and new.
どう味は？
Very simple question. どう味は? How is it? The taste. Now he could have said 味はどうですか? But he's saying how is it? And then he clarifies with 味, which means taste or flavor. 味. Now, mogu mogu, which is on the screen, is the sound of chewing. It's one of those onomatopoeia things, okay? So let's go ahead and add that to our list. Mogu mogu. Normally it's in katakana. It's the sound of chewing. Let's see what it says actually in the dictionary. I'm curious. Oh yeah, it's also mumbling. Chewing one's words, chewing food. Okay, moving on.
あれ？喋んなくなっちゃった。
あれ？喋れなくなっちゃった. Like the way he said it is very fast. 喋れなくなっちゃった. So, あれ? Oh, what happened? あれ? When you get into your car and you realize, oh no, wait, my phone isn't here. The first thing you'll say is, あれ? Oh shoot. Oh man, that's what that means. あれ? It means, oh, something interesting has happened, whether it be good or bad. あれ? Wait a minute. 喋れなくなっちゃった.
どう味は？あれ？喋んなくなっちゃった。
喋れなくなっちゃった. 喋れなくなっちゃった. Let's go ahead and put that whole thing up there so you can see what it is. The slow version. 喋れなくなっちゃった. Okay? 喋れなくなっちゃった. This means, so 喋る is to talk, to chatter, to speak, okay? And 喋れなくなっちゃった, if we break that down, it's 喋れない, unable to speak. And then we've got 喋れなくなる, to become unable to speak. And the ちゃった is てしまった, okay? なってしまいました would be the expanded polite form. So しまいました comes from しまう. てしまう form shows something that you can't control, something that you regret, or something that happens unconsciously. So what happened? She ended up becoming unable to speak. And the てしまう becomes ちゃう or ちゃった in past tense. So 喋れなくなっちゃった. Moving on.
あれ？喋んなくなっちゃった。おーい。大丈夫か？
すいません。
おい. It's just, hey, 大丈夫か? If we use 大丈夫か, anything with a like a something plus ka, it could be not vulgar but rude, okay? Now up here, omaira is considered like vulgar. But something ka If you use this with your friends, might be okay, depending on the level of friendship you have with that friend. But if I say to someone, 大丈夫か? Are you okay? You can say it. That particular one, because you're asking if someone's okay. But if you say something like, 行くか? Are you going? It's just really vulgar in sound. It's not polite at all. 行くんですか? 行きますか? But 行くか? So just be a little bit careful. So if we say 大丈夫か? Which you will definitely hear, it means, you okay?
大丈夫か
すいません。話しかけられると思わなくて、大きい。
話しかけられると思わなくて。話しかけられる。話をかける is where that's coming from. 話をかける。Let's go back and listen again.
話しかけられると思わなくて、
話しかけられると思わなくて。This is a good one. 話しかけられると思わなくて。Okay? Now, up here, this particular case of くて is an and. But here, this is showing a reason. Okay? So this is the reason, the cause. 話しかけられると思わなくて, not thinking I was going to be talked to. What's the next thing that she says?
話しかけられると思わなくて、大きいの一口食べちゃったんで。
大きい一口食べちゃったね。大きい一口食べちゃったね. I think is what she said. Let's double check.
話しかけられると思わなくて、大きいの一口食べちゃったんで。
大きいの一口。
話しかけられると思わなくて、大きいの一口食べちゃったんで。
大きいの一口食べちゃった。I don't know why she's saying it that particular
大
way.
丈夫か
すいません。話しかけられると思わなくて、大きいの一口食べちゃったんで。
食べ that okay. It did sound weird that I have 食べちゃったね. Would be very weird. She said 食べちゃったんで. Let's analyze. So we've got 大きいの. When no is added after an e adjective, it means a big one, right? Or if I said 小さいの, it would be a small one. It's the one pronoun, okay? So if I say 大きいの, a big one, 一口, one mouth, in one mouthful, 食べちゃった, I ate. There's that ちゃった, てしまった showing, in this case, most likely, I'm guessing, a little bit of regret that she did that. 食べちゃったんで, 食べちゃったんで is 食べちゃったので. Since I ate a big one, thinking that I wasn't going to be talked to because I ate a big one all in one mouthful, that was it. She's answering his question of, this is the reason why she can't speak anymore. Well, I didn't think you were going to talk to me, so I took a big bite all in one mouth. That's why.
話しかけられると思わなくて、大きいの一口食べちゃったんで。すいません。
びっくりしたよ、急に喋んなくなっちゃったから。
びっくりしたよ。急に喋れなくなっちゃったから。So we have this on the screen. So びっくりしたよ. It surprised me. 急に all of a sudden. 喋んなく that is just 喋れる、喋れない、喋んない、喋んない、喋れない、喋んない. So let me just show you what's happening. It's getting compressed, which happens in speaking. 喋れない becomes 喋んない. Okay? 喋んない berenai becomes bennai. The re becomes an un, just because it's so hard to say it when you're speaking fast. 喋れない. It's not really that hard. 喋れない, 喋んない, 喋んない. It just gets blended into that one thing when they're speaking. And I think that's always a little bit of a struggle when you're first learning Japanese. It's like, oh my God, I learned all this Japanese, but when I'm watching them, I don't understand what they're saying. It's because they're mogu mogu, right? They're mumbling a little bit their words and they're speaking very fast. The audience is not for a person studying Japanese. The audience is for people that are Japanese people, and it's supposed to be funny, so it has to be natural sounding, okay?
びっくりしたよ、急に喋んなくなっちゃったから。
Now, this is another thing where he's saying, normally you say, 喋れなくなっちゃったからびっくりしたよ. You say reason first and then the result. But this is a typical thing the Japanese people love to do. They reverse it. They say it backwards. They say, びっくりしたよ. I was surprised. That's the result. Because you all of a sudden couldn't speak. 急に suddenly 喋んなくなっちゃったから。
だから変なタイミングで話しかけないでくださいよ。
変なタイミングで話しかけないでくださいよ。So again, we've established 話しかける is to talk to someone. 話をかける. Let's go ahead and look this one up just to see if it gives me a different meaning. 話しかける. All right. to address someone, to accost someone, to talk to someone, to begin to talk, to start a conversation. It really is just like to initiate, right? 変なタイミングで means with bad timing 話しかけないでください. Please don't talk to me with bad timing, with strange timing.
あ、ごめんごめん。
すいませんけど、大きいの言ったなって時はちょっと黙っててくれますか？
大きいの言ったなって時。大きいの again, when a big one 言った, when a big one went. Now this is not going to translate cleanly into English, but it's like, look, when I've put a big one in,
言ったなって時はちょっと黙っててくれますか？
黙っててくれますか? Damaru means to shut your mouth, to keep your mouth clamped. Damaru. Damaru. All right? To be silent, to say nothing. Keep your mouth closed. And when you say te kureru, it means do for me, the verb in the te form. So it's do te for me, essentially. Don't get weird. That doesn't mean do hand for me. So it's whatever here. So for example, if I say, 食べてくれる, will you eat it for me? 見てくれる? Will you look at it for me? 見てくれました. They looked at it for me. Okay? So you are asking to be given the benefit of that action. So do te for me. So she says, 黙ってて. When we do something like a tete, which is 黙っていて, really is what's being said here. Tete is another compressed thing where the E gets removed. Damatete means be silent, be in a state of being silent, okay? So damatete, and she combines that, damatete kuremasu ka? Can you be quiet for me? For me. Okay, can you be quiet for me?
だから変なタイミングで話しかけないでくださいよ。
ごめんごめん。
すいませんけど、大きいの言ったなって時はちょっと黙っててくれますか？
Now she threw in a little すみませんけど in the middle of that saying, I'm sorry, but. Like she's apologizing for the thing that she just said. I apologize, but, or actually the thing she's getting ready to say, すみませんけど, I'm sorry, but could you shut up? Some guy told me that in an office once. He's like, hey, could you do me a favor? Could you shut up? He said that to me. He said, shut up with the F word. I was shocked. I was also very young. I was not used to that.
タイミングで話しかけないでくださいよ。
ごめんごめん。
すいませんけど、大きいの言ったなって時はちょっと黙っててくれますか？はい。
申し訳ない申し訳ない。
申し訳ない. Oh, nice. Now he's not saying 申し訳ない, which is what it sounds like. He's saying 申し訳ない, which is a nice way to say there is no excuse for what I have done. It's I apologize. 申し訳ない. Okay, and we'll just look that up. 申し訳. We'll just see what happens. Apology, excuse, 申し訳ない. I'm sorry, it's inexcusable. I feel regretful. I feel guilty. All of those things. 申し訳ない. The more polite way would be 申し訳ございません. 申し訳ありません. It's also okay. Just a quick way to say sorry. Sorry for what I've done. 申し訳ない.
その撮ってみたさ、その感想はどうなの？
撮ってみた感想は. Now, they have a kanji mistake here. First, I have to explain. We have toru, which is to take. We have toru, the one that just came up. Oops, come on. Toru. This is to take a photo. And then this one is to get, to pluck, like fruit or something like that. I can't think of the word for it right now. Harvest, maybe? Here we go. To pick, to gather. If you watch the full video, you'll know that they paid money to a farm that lets them pick the strawberries raw, which sounds like a really cool thing that I'd like to try in Japan, honestly. Sounds pretty awesome. So that should be this one right here. So it should be this one. So this one is to pick flowers, etc. This one is just to take, and this one is to take a photo, etc. So a little bit of a mistake on their part, but it doesn't matter. 撮ってみた感想. So kanso is how you feel about something. So he's asking, how do you feel about, picking the strawberries? So kanso is your impression, your feeling on a topic. Impressions, thoughts, feelings, reactions. Okay, let's go with impression. That seems a good one. Impression. Now, kanso is different from insho. Insho is like first impression. So you have dai ichi insho. It's a slight different version. Okay, this is first impression. This one is your feelings about, doing something. Kanso, like analyze what you've seen, not like you see a person and what's your first impression of them. So it's a little bit different. This is the problem where Japanese will have two words for something in English where we have one. All right, so tottemita kanso wa. So we are directly modifying kanso, the feelings that you have from taking or picking these strawberries.
体験として
Taiken toshite, as an experience, he says. Taiken toshite. So taiken is an experience, and toshite wa. He just doesn't have to be there, but he's doing that thing where he reverses this sentence again. He should have said, grammatically correct, he would have said, taiken toshite wa totte mita kanso wa dou desu ka? As for an experience, how do you feel about, what are your impressions of getting to pick these strawberries? So this is as a thing, okay? And we're going to double check everything just to make sure I'm not making anything up. Taiken, experience, hands-on experience, very nice. And toshite, this is going to be a long one, I bet. As, okay, 4 was very short actually. No, it's pretty long. All right, moving on.
楽しかったとか
Tanushikatta toka, like, was it, that toka is a like there. Tanushikatta toka, like, was it fun? Tanoshikatta toka, like, was it fun?
なんか難しかったとかそういう
だからその
Muzkashi toka. So he's like, so was it like fun? Was it difficult? Like what, you know, he's again talking to her.
口に入れた瞬間狙ってますわざと。
口に入れた瞬間狙ってます？口に入れた means put it in my mouth. 瞬間, the moment. We are modifying the moment. What 瞬間 are we talking about? The moment that I put it in my mouth. 口に入れた瞬間を狙ってる? Are you targeting the moment that I put it in my mouth?
口に入れた瞬間狙ってますわざと。
狙ってます? So 狙う is to target. わざと means on purpose. Let's put those other words in there too. We got 瞬間, the moment, and 口に入れた, put it into my mouth. We have learned, at least in Japanese from Zero Book 4, we learned 口に入れた瞬間を狙ってるのわざと. Let's just double check that's exactly what she said.
口に入れた瞬間狙ってますわざと。
狙ってますわざと. わざと. Okay, so 口に入れた瞬間 Go ahead and put the furigan on here. 口に入れた瞬間を狙ってます. So 狙う, we will double check, means to target. To aim a weapon at, to be after, to have, to make one's plan, to aim for. Are you aiming for? Are you targeting? I think works as a good translation for that. To aim for. So we'll add that here to our list. To aim for. Okay. So 口に入れた瞬間狙ってます? Now, we have talked about this recently in videos where you don't have to add ka to make the question. You can just make that last syllable go up like that. 狙ってます? This is a very, very spoken way of speaking. 狙ってます? Are you aiming to do what? Oh marks the object that we're aiming for. We're aiming for a certain moment. The instant. 入れた瞬間. What instant? Directly modified by the verb phrase 口に入れた. So are you purposely, that's what wazato means, aiming for the moment that I put it in my mouth?
口に物を入れて噛み始めた瞬間に話してくるから。
口に物を入れて I put something in my mouth. 噛み始めた瞬間 The moment that I begin to bite it 話してくるから You start talking to me. We don't have to analyze that more than that.
口に物を入れて
So, well, actually, we will analyze it a little bit more. 口に物を入れて When you have a te form as a verb set or just a verb by itself, it is just like kute is with the e adjective. So before we had mezurashikute, blah, 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 kute, blah, 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 kute means this and this and this. Well, when you have te form of a verb, it's the same thing. So she's saying, I put a thing in my mouth, and the moment that I began to eat it, at that time に、瞬間に話してくるから、you talk to me.
噛み始めた瞬間に話してくるから、もうそれやめてくれますか？
それやめてくれますか？ There's that てくれます。Will you do me that? Will you do that for me? それ that thing that I just talked about やめて yameru means to stop やめてくれる Will you please stop? やめてくれますか? Think about it やめてください Kudasai is part of kureru. It's the same thing. Kureru means to give, but it also is kudasai. Okay? Same base word. So yamete kuremasu ka? Will you please stop it?
それやめてくれますか？
聞きたかったからさ、ごめん。
Wow, that was a little bit hard. 聞きたかった、聞きたかった、聞きたかった。Well, I wanted to ask. 聞きたかったからさ、I think is what he said.
始めた瞬間に話してくるから、もうそれやめてくれますか？
聞きたかったからさ、ごめん。
聞きたかったからさ、ごめん。Yeah, I'm sorry, I wanted to ask.
口って喋るのにも食べるのにも使っちゃうものだから。
Okay, now their subtitles a little bit different from what she said, but she says, 口って、you know, mouths, 喋るのも食べるのも使うから。So, you know, mouths are used for speaking and eating. And she said, 使っちゃうから。Even though てしまう and ちゃう show the regret or that it happened unexpectedly or that you did it uncontrollably, here, and anytime it's ever used, you don't have to translate it that way. It would make no sense to say it. So, for example, if I say to you, why did you gain weight? 毎日ケーキを食べちゃった. I ate cake every day. Is how I would translate that. I wouldn't say I regrettingly ate cake every day or I uncontrollably ate cake every day. I would just say in English, yeah, I ate cake every day. And we in English would relay that with our tone. Japanese relays it with teshimau or chatta. So I watched a movie, man, and I was so moved. Naichatta. I cried, man. I couldn't help it. We might say I couldn't help it. But teshimatta chatta means you couldn't help it. But we don't have to say, yeah, man, I watched the movie and I cried. Just because something is said in Japanese in a certain way doesn't mean we have to change the way that we say it in English, because not every grammar is a one-to-one ratio of difference, right? Sometimes 3 ways that you say things in Japanese convey a different thing, and we say the exact same thing one way in English, but we have 4 tones for it, okay? We are very, very tonal in our language. That's why we have sarcasm in Japanese really doesn't. Hi guys, George of the far future. I need to mention that teishimau also means to just completely do something, and it doesn't always mean regret or unconscious action. It can also mean you just ended up in the end doing the entire thing. So, 食べてしまった can mean I ate something with regret, or yeah, I finished the entire thing. So if you say ケーキを食べてしまいました, I ate the entire cake could also be a translation there. It's really all about what's happening in the conversation. So for example, someone might say 読んでしまいたい. 読んでしまいたい. You can want to do something, right? With てしまう. And it would make no sense to say I want to regret doing it, or I want to do it unconsciously. That's not what they mean. If they say 読んでしまいたい, it means I want to finish reading it. So keep that in mind. That's sometimes a case for what てしまう means. Thanks. Bye. Back to the video. Go back. Finish it too, okay? Finish the video and comment, please. Thank you. I spent a lot of time making this. Bye. All right, moving on.
口って喋るのにも食べるのにも使っちゃうものだから。
Now, she's adding a lot more than what this subtitle says. 喋るのにも食べるのにも in order to do these things. 喋るのに means in order to eat. 喋るのに in order to say, 食べるのに in order to eat. And then mo means also. So you can have 2 mo's back to back to mean this and this. これもこれもこれも欲しい. I want this, this, and this. Even though we learn これとこれとこれが欲しい, I want this, this, and this with a direct to mean and. When you have multiple mo's in a row, it just means this, also this, also this, also I want. In English, we don't say it that way. We would say this and this and this. So if you see multiple mo's, it just means these things all included.
聞きたかったからさ、ごめん。
口って喋るのにも食べるのにも使っちゃうものだから。
口は喋るのにも食べるのにも使っちゃうものだから。使っちゃうものだから is a thing that you use. A mouth is a thing that you end up using in order to speak and in order to eat, is what she's saying here. One more time, listen to it.
口って喋るのにも食べるのにも使っちゃうものだから。
そうなの。
そう、タイミング大事で。
タイミング大事で。Timing is important. right? Because you have to use your mouth to speak and eat. Timing is important.
あーごめんご
す
めん。
いませんけど
聞きたいからさ。
今とか聞いてほしい
She's like, 聞きたいからさ. Well, yeah, I just want to ask. And she's like, 今聞いてほしい. I want you to ask now. So now, if we look at てほしい, that's interesting. So we have てくれる to have something done for you, and you can make it a question. If I say てくれる means will you do? But if I say てほしい, it's I want you to do. And if I say てほしい, it means do you want me to do? Do you see the difference?
今とか聞いてほしい
今とか like now 今とかとか is so common in Japan 今とか聞いてほしい
今とか聞いてほしい今とか
like now I want you to ask like now
あーとりあえずでも食べることに集中した方が。ほら
とりあえず食べることに集中した方がとりあえず is in the meantime とりあえず食べること we learned this in book 4 very recently eating, this is just eating as a phrase. It makes it a nominalized verb. It's a verb phrase into a noun phrase. Eating. Okay, what about it? And it should be something something ni shuchu suru, okay, means to concentrate on thing. Okay? So he says shita hoga, right? So he says shuchu shita ho ga. He doesn't finish his statement, but it's e. So if we say ho ga i, oh my gosh, this should be, ignore that is kata. It's supposed to be ho, and I don't have an easy way to change this. It's better to do. So if you say shuchu shita ho ga i, we're just modifying ho, which means method. Okay, method is better or way is better. So if I say shuchu shita ho ga i, it means it's better to concentrate. Concentrate. Okay? It's better to concentrate. What is it better to concentrate? とりあえず, well, in the meantime, 食べることに集中した方がいい. It's better to concentrate on eating. So let's go ahead and just look up とりあえず to see what that comes up for in English. In the meantime is what I'm thinking it is. For now, maybe? First of all, right away, for now, for the time being.
とりあえずでも食べることに集中した方が。ほらも
See, listen, now he doesn't finish the phrase, and you don't have to finish the phrase. You know, yeah, it's better just to concentrate on eating. He says it, but he doesn't finish it. He's supposed to say ga i. He cuts it off, but it's so obvious that's what he means. He didn't have to say it. Motto torenaku nachchau kara. So this is, wow, a lot of nachchaus, right? So that's natte shimau will end up. What will they end up? Motto toru. Motto toru means to get your value out of something. Okay? To get what you put into it, to get the base of what you put in. Motto o toru. Come on, you got this. There we go. To recover your cost, to recover an expense, to get a return on your investment, to get your money worth. There, that's a good example. Motto o toru. Motto o toru. Get your money's worth. So he says, Motto torenaku nachchau kara. It would be better if we focus on eating because hora, because check it out. Hora, check it out. Motto torenaku nachchau kara. We'll end up not getting our money's worth.
とりあえずでも食べることに集中した方がほら元取れなくなっちゃうから。
食べますけど
うんそうどんどんやっぱ食べてほしい。
どんどん食べてほしい. Oh, I love that he did that. I love that he gave us the exact same grammar again. He says, どんどん. どんどん is continually. Okay, 食べてほしい. Okay, what does that mean? てほしい. I want you to eat. Okay, go back up to the てほしい. I want you to this thing. Okay, I want you to 食べて eat. どんどん. Let's look up どんどん. Every now and then we should use the dictionary, right? どんどん. Drumming noise. Rapidly, quickly, steadily. There it is. Continually, right? There it is, continuously. To keep eating. どんどん食べてほしい. I want you to keep eating. Essentially is what he's saying.
わかりました
うん
わかりました. Understood. Got it.
これまずなくならないとまた新たに解けないでしょ。
Ah, look. Now he's using the proper kanji for toru to pick. Okay, he's using it here.
これまずなくなる。
これまずなくならないと、これまず。まず means first. まず。Okay, first. まず食べてください。Well, go ahead and eat first. Okay, まず。First, firstly, to begin with, before anything else. Ooh, I like that. Before anything else. まずなくならないと. If this doesn't なくなる, become gone. In other words, if we don't eat all of this first,
ないとまた新たに研げないでしょ。
また新たに freshly, newly, 新たに Okay, new, fresh, novel, 新たに ni makes it an adverb. 新たに取れないでしょ freshly or newly. So 新たに取れないでしょ Okay, we won't be able to pick any more if we don't eat these. So there must be a rule that they're not able to pick any more unless they've eaten what they've already picked.
あ、まあそうですね。
そうそうそう。
一旦食べないといけないですね。確かにまあ。
残す。
確かに yeah, 確かに yeah, you're correct. Yeah, that's right. 確かに
残すのもダメだから。
残すのもダメだから。残す means to leave behind, which means to have some leftovers. 残す to leave behind, to have leftovers. Can't have any of those.
でもこの元取れたかなこれ。
これ元取れたかな? I wonder if we got our value out of this. 元取れたかな? If you're following the Japanese from Zero book 4 lessons we talked about かな? 元取れた to get our value out of it かな? I wonder if.
これなんですよ。
これなんですよ。これなんですよ。This is what I'm talking about. That's what she means.
残すのもダメだから。でもこの元取れたかなこれ。
これなんですよ。こうしてほしいんですか?
So this says この先 this point forward 閲覧注意. 閲覧 means they're warning you of like graphic things that are going to happen. So something's going to happen in the video. Obviously, it's probably not really going to happen. It's some sort of joke. 閲覧注意 means viewer beware of what's getting ready to happen. Like there might be some violence.
この元取れたかなこれ。
これなんですよ。こうしてほしいんですか?
こうしてほしいんですか? Do you want me to do it like this? こうしてほしいですか? There it is. してほしい. You want me to do こう in this way? You want me to do it like this?
でもこの元取れたかなこれ。
これなんですよ。こうしてほしいんですか? もの声だねとか言ってほしいんですか?
You want me to say, oh yeah, we got our value out of it? Well, obviously she's speaking with her mouth open, which is very disturbing to young viewers. I hope no children were watching.
こうしてほしいんですか? もの声だねとか言ってほしいんですか?
言ってほしいんですか? You want me to say 言ってほしいんですか? Do you want me to say, look it, we have Teoshi, Teishima, a lot of good lessons in this very short 2-minute video, which has now taken me 50 minutes so far, guys.
真っ赤な口で
With my pure red mouth. You want me to say these things with a 真っ赤な口で with a pure red mouth?
あなたがしたいことってそうなりますよ。
あなたがしたいこと the thing that you want to do あなたがしたいこと
この瞬間に話しかけられたら
That's what you want to do if you're going to talk to me in this exact moment この瞬間に話しかけられたら if I'm talked to in this exact moment
この声だねとか言ってほしいんですか? このまま
このまま like this as is
真っ赤な口で
真っ赤な口で with a pure red mouth
あなたがしたいことってそうなり
あなたがしたいことって the thing that you want to do this thing that you want to do
ますよ。
ごめん
この瞬間に話しかけられたら
やっぱどんどん食べて、でも話も聞きたかったから、
Well, I want you to keep eating and I also wanted to ask you questions
ちょっとこういう風になっちゃったけど、
だからこういう風になっちゃったんだけど
でも話も聞きたかったから、ちょっとこういう風になっちゃった。
ちょっとこういう風になっちゃったけど it ended up regrettingly becoming this way because I wanted to have you keep eating but I also wanted to ask you questions
けど、
であったじゃん。今こういうタイミングで聞けばいいじゃん。
今こういうタイミングで聞けばいいじゃん。今 now こういう this type of timing で that's like a tool. Think about it. Like it's marking the way that something is done. You can do it using this timing, right? 聞けばいいじゃん。It would be good if you asked in this timing right now.
なんでわざわざその口に入ってるタイミングで
なんでわざわざこの口に入ったタイミング
なんでわざわざその口に入ってるタイミングで
なんでわざわざ口に入ってるタイミングで How come you go out of your way? わざわざ out of your way. We had to remember わざと which means purposely. わざわざ means to go out of your way. You're going out of your way to ask me when I have this stuff in my mouth.
こうやってやったタイミングが
When I do it like this with this timing in my mouth, then it says 再び閲覧注意. 再び means once again. Once again, viewer warning.
こうってやりますよ。
それさっきそのなんかやってたな、何のダンスそれ。
What type of dance is that thing that you just did?
ダンスしてるんですよ。なんかミツバチ来てるから。
It's because Mitsubachi, or what is Mitsubachi? Is that hummingbirds? I think hummingbird is Mitsubachi. I had this problem the other day where I forgot what hummingbird was. Hang on. Mitsubachi. I think Mitsubachi is hummingbird. Come on, be right. Honeybee. Oh, god dang it. Wait, what was I thinking? Hachidori is what I was thinking. Hachidori is hummingbird. Yeah, Mitsubachi. Yes, honeybee, because the honeybees are coming. Mitsubachi kiteru kara, because the honeybees are coming. Oi harattan desu. I shooed them away. Oi harau means to shoo, I believe. That's my official translation. Oi harau. To drive away, to clear, to scatter. Come on, to shoo away is way better as a translation. No, I'm going to fight till the end for that one. Oi harau means to shoo away. All right. Let's see if there's anything left. And then I want to watch the whole video in context without pause, in case this video ever gets removed.
ミツバチ来てるから。追い放ってたんです。
あ、ミツバチダンスか。
忙しいんですよ。もう黙ってて。
黙ってて。Be quiet.
黙って食べましょうよ、もう。
黙ってて食べましょう。Let's eat silently.
忙しいんだから。
あ、すいません。
はい。
忙しいんだから。
忙しいんですよ。もう黙ってて。
We're so busy.
黙って食べましょうよ、もう。忙しいんだから。
あ、すいません。
はい。
Okay, you can see how fun they are, right? Okay, let's watch it. Let's watch the whole thing.
あったかいです。
何？
あったかいですね。
いちごあったかい？
いちごがあったかい。
それは、
はい。
何？どういう意味？
別に、本当にあったかいなっていう。はい。
どうなの？暖かいとどうなの？
なんかその、珍しくて新しいなっていう、本当に
どう味は？あれ？喋んなくなっちゃった。おーい。大丈夫か？
すいません。話しかけられると思わなくて、大きいの一口で喋っちゃったんで。すいません。
びっくりしてよ、急に喋んなくなっちゃったから。
なんか変なタイミングで話しかけないでください。
ごめん。
すいませんけど、大きいの言ったなって時はちょっと黙っててくれますか？はい。
申し訳ない。
全然すいません。
その撮ってみたさ、その感想はどうなの？体験として。楽しかったとか、なんか難しかったとか。
だからその口に入れた瞬間狙ってますわざと。口に物を入れて噛み始めた瞬間に話してくるから。それやめてくれますか？
聞きたかったからさ、ごめん。
口って喋るのにも食べるのにも使っちゃうものだから。
あ、そうなの？
タイミング大事で。
ごめん。
すいませんけど。
聞きたいからさ。
今とか聞いてほしい。今とか。
とりあえずでも食べることに集中した方がほら元取れなくなっちゃうから。
食べますけど。
そうどんどんやっぱ食べてほしい。
わかりました。
これも。
I want to point out that moto torenakunachao, if you're like a beginner and you hear that, you might think motto with a little tsu, motto torenakunachao, we won't be able to get more. But it's not that. Motto toru is a thing to mean to get your money's worth, right? But motto toru, he could have said motto torenakunachao. He could have said that and it would have made complete sense. Even if you heard it wrong, it would have made sense to mean we won't be able to get any more if we don't finish what we already have.
まずなくならないとまた新たに研げないでしょ？
まあそうですね。
そう。
確かに
残すのもダメだから。でもこの元取れたかな、これ。
これなんですよ。これ食わしてほしいんですか？もう元取れだねとか言ってほしいんですか？このまま真っ赤な口であなたがしたいことってそうなりますよ。
ごめん。
この瞬間に話しかけられたら
やっぱどんどん食べて、でも話も聞きたかったからちょっとこういう風になっちゃったけど。
であったじゃん。今こういうタイミングで聞けばいいじゃん。
That was the dance. I didn't notice it the first time. I was like, what's he talking about? Like the dance? It's the look at the way she's moving her hand.
ごめん。
この瞬間に話しかけられたら
やっぱどんどん食べて、でも話も聞きたかったからちょっとこういう風になっちゃったけど。
であったじゃん。今こういうタイミングで聞けばいいじゃん。なんでわざわざその口に入ってるタイミングでこうやってやったタイミングがこうやってやりますよ。
それさっきそのなんかやってたな、何のダンスそれ？
ダンスしてるんですよ。ミツバチ来てるから追い放ってたんです。
ミツバチダンスか。
忙しいんですよ。もう黙ってて食べましょうよ。もう忙しいんだから。
すいません。
All right, so they wanted me to point out that this is from a larger video. So here, I'll show you the full video.
どうもはい、という今日なんですけど、僕たちカップル。
カップルじゃないのでやめてください。
Okay, this is their whole shtick right here. This is, we are a couple. We're not a couple. Just this is the whole essence of Tamayura Gakuen. I want you to know that this is what I find so funny.
はい、どうだ今日なんですけど、
はい
僕たちカップル、
あカップルじゃないのでやめてくださいそれ
ちょっといちご狩りのデートにちょっと行こうかなとちょっと思いまして。
なんでそんないいデートに行かなきゃいけないんですかカップルじゃないのに
楽しみだね。
私は楽しみではないです、すいませんけどは
でもどうりなちゃん、
い何ですか
いちご狩りってやっぱいちごを取ってね、こういちご食べれるわけだから、
はい
そういうところに行けると思ったらどうかな。
まあ行けるのは嬉しいですけど
All right, well, listen, I wasn't approved to show you this entire video, so I won't. That is it. So Tamayura Gakuen, I will link it in the description of this video. I will link the full video, I will link the cutout video, and I will link their 2 main channels. Check them out. They're seriously funny. I love them, and I think it would be a great addition to your Japanese studying if every now and then you watched some of their videos, even if in the background, just to see, hey, do I understand something? And maybe can I watch it and take notes like we just did and look up things? All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye. じゃあね。